Guys, welcome to this tutorial for Vafs users virtual airline financial system, mainly based for BVA users, Birmingham Virtual Airport. So basically this is the point now where you've got your user and password, you've registered and you want to make your first flight. I'm going to show you how to make your first flight. Okay, so you go to the start menu, your Vafs 3 software that you would have downloaded and installed. You'll open this up. Just checking for data for updates. Once you get to this screen, you type your user in and your password, and then you log into Vafs. Okay, so we're in the Vafs main screen for pilots. I've got my FSX ready set up so I can track my first flight. So you just go into free flight as you would. This is the 767 and I'm at Orlando, Sanford. I'm going to fly overnight back to Birmingham. Okay, so we click back on the Vafs 3 screen. The first thing we want to do is, our current location is KSFB, which is where the aircraft is now. So we're going to click on track flight. Okay, now we've got this other screen come up. Departure airport will be for me is KSFB, Orlando in the USA, and we're going to fly back to Birmingham. Okay, so now we click search flight. This flight has came up. It's telling me that there's a flight number, the aircraft, and it's a 767-300. Okay, so you click on the flight so it highlights it blue. You click on flight number, which is that flight. You click on fly. Vafs will now check out the system. You can put an altitude in. This is optional only. Flight level 350, which is 3 numbers. Oh, aircraft ready to fly, yes. Aircraft current position, yes. You need 2 yeses for it to work. You can put in your altitude there, you don't need to, it's optional. And you click start flight. Now Vafs is going to shut the engines down and get ready for your first flight. Okay, there you can see now. We've got 243 passengers in economy, 12 in business, 4 in first class. Okay, so the flight is ready to go. So we just minimise that now. You should end up with a little icon in your tray down here. If you move your mouse over it, it'll tell you what the current flight status is. At the moment we're at the gate and we're boarding. Okay, so it's about an 8-hour flight. Only 767 probably need about 65 to 70%. So you click on aircraft, fuel and payload. We'll change the fuel, and now we're going to enter the fuel here. 70% will be 70 in each of these. So you press OK. Okay, so the fuel's all in. The next thing to do is start the engines. I'll press CTRL and E. As you can see here, the engines are starting to turn and start up. Once the first engine starting at the top of the screen up here, you should see a green bar coming across saying Vafs block out. You need to see this for it to work, so you know it's working correctly. Okay, there you have it, Vafs block out set. Your flight status, as I said earlier, is down here. If you move your mouse over the little icon, it should say taxi to the runway when your engines have started. And as you can see down here, taxi to the runway is your status. You just need to move your mouse over that to check that. Okay, so we're going to take off. Once you're in the air about 1,000 feet, you should get another green bar here saying Vafs block outset once again. And if you also just check down here in your taskbar, it should say climbing. That's basically it until you land, and I'll show you what to do when we land. Okay, so once you're in the air, and you might want to have a quick look on the internet at the Vafs live map, you'll be able to see all your other fellow pilots on the live map. Okay, so the flight I've just made is on the internet now. Just tracking my flight. There's my number, BVA 001. can actually zoom in on the map. I've just left Florida, and there's actually me. It tells you your miles to your destination, speed, etc., and the flight plan. There is another pilot online actually for BVA at the moment. That's 617. We just click on him. He's actually in China, on his way back to England, Birmingham. If you click here, you got all the other airlines. If you go to the top, you can view all. The live map updates itself every 30 seconds. As you can see, there's a few pilots on tonight. Another thing you can do is go onto the BVA website. It's bva.page.cl. If you click on Vafs Home, a lot of the links, rather all of the links are on this website. On the home page, if you just scroll down, you'll be able to see new pilots, hubs, the VA status, the fleet, flights, performance. After a month of flying, at the end of the month, we get updated on the pilot performance. This is the big list. You got your hours, your flights, your mileage, cargo, percentage of fuel that you used. So if you only use 40% like this one down here, that means you didn't use all of your fuel. We're looking for about 90 to 100% if possible. LR stands for land rate, so basically what you was descending at while you were on approach. And you can also check out the hours of all the other pilots. As you can see, BVA 928 Brandon is at the top with 1,079 hours. We click on the next page, we've got all the other pilots. Okay, in the next video I'll show you what to do when you've landed, how to upload your flight successfully.